Several springs ago, I set out on a solo camping trip to see one of my favorite animals, sandhill cranes. I'd seen them in large numbers before at Whitewater Draw in southern Arizona, and Summer Lake Wildlife Area in central Oregon. But those destinations were further than I wanted to drive that spring. So I headed toward the small town of Othello in central Washington state. The area attracts about 35,000 sandhill cranes every March, and has been holding a Sandhill Crane Festival every year for more than 20 years. It looks like a wonderful event, but being introverted and very unlike a sociable sandhill crane myself, I'm not really drawn to large gatherings of my own species. Still, I figured going the week after the festival would be a good time to catch the sandhill migration at its peak. I camped at Pothole State Park and woke to a gorgeous sunrise and lots of birdsong. It was a weekday in late March, so the tent camping section of the campground was pretty empty. I loved the solitude and the making of my morning coffee. The sound of a camp stove igniting and burning always brings back happy memories of outdoor adventures with my family as a child. It's strange what we get nostalgic about as we age. The morning sounds were so pleasant, I took my time sipping coffee and eating breakfast. Then I headed out to the Columbia National Wildlife Refuge. I'd driven through here before, though never at the right time of year to see sandhill cranes. I hoped this time would be different, and headed to a lookout where I knew people watched for the birds. I was thrilled to see so many in the distance, but had hoped to get some close-up photographs. They were too far away for that. The Columbia National Wildlife Refuge excludes people from this large marshy area during migration periods, which is probably why so many sandhill cranes land here. I'm glad for all the care taken to give these beautiful birds what they need as they rest and feed during their long migration northward. After some time watching the sandhills from afar, I decided to explore other parts of the refuge by car and on foot. I returned to the viewpoint in the evening to see if the birds had gathered closer. They had not, and it was very windy. I gave up again on photography and let myself simply enjoy the sight of cranes landing and taking off in the distance. I didn't expect any more that evening, but on the drive back, one group after another flew directly overhead. I stopped driving and simply watched. My fantasy had been to get close to sandhill cranes on the ground, but seeing them on the move directly overhead turned out to be one of the highlights of my trip. Letting go of a goal and giving into the present moment is a lesson I need to learn over and over again. And nature has always been a good guide for that. Over the next few days, the only sandhill cranes I saw were far overhead. So I decided to explore the other thing this area is known for: basalt and remnants of Ice Age floods. Columbia National Wildlife Refuge is worth visiting any time of year for that. On the last day, while I was driving back to my campsite through farmlands, I finally saw a flock of sandhill cranes close up. By that point, I had stopped looking for them and was just enjoying the expansive views in the area. But as so often happens, you often find what you're looking for when you stop looking for it. With irrigation equipment all around, it wasn't the wild, picturesque view of sandhills I had imagined. But the abundant wheat fields here are what makes this area particularly appealing for sandhill cranes. Sandhills congregate in fields to eat whatever's left behind by combines, and they have many, many farms to choose from. The birds were close enough to get some decent photos. But I was so excited and still learning to use a relatively new camera, so I messed up all my still shots. But I was so happy to spot this flock of sandhill cranes, I didn't really mind. Over the next few days, I decided to visit some other wildlife refuges in eastern Washington and Oregon. I didn't see any sandhill cranes at McNairy National Wildlife Refuge, but it's a great place to see snow geese and many other birds. It's a series of marshes and sloughs near where the Snake River flows into the Columbia. Some of it is a bit closer to highways and cities than I like, but back roads offered a bit more distance from road noise. From there I drove south along the Columbia River, through farmlands, and over the Blue Mountains. My destination was La Grande, Oregon. Nearby is Ladd Marsh, a wildlife refuge that deserves to be better known, especially for sandhill crane lovers. Among the 3 refuges I visited, that's where I found it easiest to see sandhill cranes up close. Ladd Marsh is a network of wetlands and irrigation canals and dikes among cattle ranches and farmland on either side of Interstate 84. Despite the proximity to a busy highway, the refuge is relatively peaceful and quite beautiful. It can be hard to keep track of which sections are open and which are closed, and you need a parking permit if you're going to park and walk any of the trails that are open during the season you visit. They're available at various locations in La Grande. But I actually had better luck spotting sandhill cranes by driving along the edges of the refuge. I had plenty of time to appreciate all that I love about sandhill cranes. Their trills, and their strange combination of being both gangly and graceful. I'm someone who seeks out solitude, so the intensely social life of sandhill cranes wouldn't be for me. But I love observing how these birds manage it. All the squabbling, courting, and endless talking about whatever sandhill cranes talk about. I particularly enjoyed watching them carrying on among cattle in this field. While driving around the west side of the refuge, I finally got the close-up shots of sandhill cranes I'd been longing for. All in all, I enjoyed each of the 3 wildlife refuges for different reasons. for close-up views of small numbers of sandhill cranes. Ladd Marsh is great. I didn't see any sandhill cranes at McNairy National Wildlife Refuge, but it's worth visiting to see a huge variety of other migrating and resident birds. In central Washington near Othello, it may be mostly a matter of luck or local knowledge to get close-up views of sandhill cranes on any particular day. But seeing them when they're flying overhead by the hundreds and thousands is like nothing I've ever experienced before, and well worth the trip. Let me know in the comments if you enjoy sandhill cranes, and where you like to look for them.